Hey YouTube! Alrighty, so I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it has officially been 20 weeks since I had surgery. That's 5 months. I feel like this year is literally just flying by. It's so crazy. So I will start with some stats and then we'll go into NSVs and some other fun things that I've done over the last week. So I'm Sam, I am 32 years old and I'm 5'3" 3/4 for reference. And last week I came to you guys at 185 pounds, which was 2 pounds up from the previous check-in, and I think 1 pound up from the previous week. It was, sort of girly time, just ending it or just starting. I have an IUD, so it's kind of hard to tell. I just go based on how I feel because I don't necessarily have a full-blown menstrual cycle anymore. So yeah, I was up a little bit. I was, a little bit discouraged, but trying to stay positive, but I knew it was kind of my fault. I had splurged a little more. I hadn't really been tracking my food. I had still been working out, but as we all have heard, a million times, nutrition is 80% of, us making our goals. And so if my nutrition is off, I can expect to not lose weight. I didn't gain real fat. Those 2 pounds made up. I think I was retaining water. So that was good. But I am excited to say that yesterday I weighed in at 179.2. So finally out of the 180s, I'm super happy about that, hit that milestone. And I'm only about, 5-6-ish pounds away from being, back to my pre-pregnancy weight, which that was kind of a big goal of mine, was to, get all the weight that I gained during my pregnancy off as soon as possible. And then, so that's 5 pounds down from last week. Obviously I know some of it's water and then maybe some of it's real fat. I only lost 3 inches, 3 3/4 inches this last month. So I know that that's going to start to taper off a little bit as I get smaller. I'm not going to have, the big 16 inches lost in 1 month. So, kind of expecting more of a taper on total inches, but overall I'm 47 3/4 inches down, which, when the scale is not looking in our favor, taking measurements is really, really motivating, because you could be losing fat but gaining muscle, and therefore the scale stays the same but you're actually smaller. And so it's kind of funny, the last time that I lost weight, I did not have the muscle mass that I have now. And I know I'm in smaller sizes than I was when I was this weight previously. Previously I was in medium larges in the top, and then, probably a 12, 14 on bottom, and I'm fitting in 10s on the bottom and smalls. Sometimes I can stretch an extra small depending on the brand, but mostly smalls. And so my body composition is completely different than it was, the last time I lost a significant amount of weight. So there's also that to take into consideration. So that's since surgery, 46 pounds lost, and then overall 62 pounds lost. So I'm pretty excited about where I, am at. I wanted to lose 50 pounds before 6 months was up, and I'm 4 pounds away from that. So I really think if I, put my head down and really grind over the next few weeks, I can definitely accomplish that. I would love to do that before we go to Hawaii next month, because I also had a goal that when I hit 50 pounds lost, since surgery day, I would start getting lash extensions again. And it's just, a little thing that, one, I don't have to deal with mascara because I hate it, but you just feel really done when you're not actually done. My hair can be in a messy mom bun, but I've got lashes on, and throw a little color on my brows and I feel good. So that was something that I stopped doing, and set a goal for myself, that I would start again when I hit that goal. So a little motivation there. I think it's really important to not make food a motivator. Before I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna, I hit this milestone, so I'm gonna go out to eat and, have a cheat meal or have a, cheat day. And, it's just perpetuating this cycle of rewarding ourselves with food. Like, why? Like, go buy yourself something, or if that's not feasible, like, go, on a hike, go accomplish something that you weren't able to do previously. Hit a new, speed on the treadmill, or hit, like if money is, kind of not a good option for you to, spend, or, go have an experience with your family or something. But I think getting out of the, rewarding ourselves with food really does help, with separating food and emotions, because that, at least for me, was my big problem. Anytime I was sad or angry or upset, I mean, gosh, even happy, hey, we got a promotion at work, like, let's go out to eat, let's celebrate. Everything in our society is kind of centered around food. And so, doing a better job of separating, celebrations or even just emotions in general, with food, I think that just kind of helps, like, get us back into better habits. So that was my, 50-pound loss goal. However, at the same time, I started kind of feeling a little down the other day, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm almost halfway, into like my honeymoon period. They say it's, 6 months to a year. And like, I want to make sure that, I hit that 100-pound down goal within that year time frame. Like, that's, quote unquote, the easiest time to lose weight, where your tool is most effective. But I realized that, I've been pushing the boundaries a little bit with food. 4th of July, like chips, mac salad, like things that I shouldn't really be eating. I guess in the amounts or frequencies that I was eating, I didn't, overeat, to the point where I'm, it's coming back up, because that's what happens when we overeat with gastric bypass. But I know that I didn't need to snack all day long like I did. And so, do I regret the, celebrations with family and the time with family? No, not at all. But I know that I didn't need to go as far as I did, and I don't need to push those boundaries. Like, I don't need those things. Like, I can curb cravings a healthier way. So that's just what I'm going to focus on is, hey, like, let's make my oatmeal, little protein balls. They're like oatmeal and peanut butter, protein powder, and chocolate chips. And that gets, rid of a sweet tooth. I'm not a huge sweets person. Or, do like those little snap peas, those dried snap peas instead of, chips, or like sweet potato crackers instead of, Ritz, that sort of thing. So trying to just, still get my cravings in, or get, and eat the things that I like and have a balanced diet, but I don't need to be going overboard. One thing that I found I was also doing is I was snacking after dinner. That's kind of our thing. We eat dinner and then we put the baby down and then we watch shows. And, my husband will always like grab some fruit or grab some ice cream occasionally. And then I go in the kitchen and I'm like, okay, I'll snack on some chips, or I'll have a piece of toast, or, things that I don't need. I'm not hungry, so why am I eating? And so I told him, like, I need your help in helping me not eat after dinner. Like, there's no need for it, and so it's just mindless eating. So I have cut that out completely in the last week, and we'll make sure that stays cut out. And I'm trying to think of what else. So some non-scale victories. Compliments are always great, when people are like, oh, you're looking really good, or, you look so small, you've lost so much weight, great job. So that's cool to hear those. Those are coming a little more often, you know, especially with people that I don't see all the time. So that's awesome. I'm trying to think of what other non-scale. Oh, we went camping for the first time as a family. And that was so much fun. I mean, I was, you know, obviously setting up camping equipment is not easy. And, you know, I'm bouncing around doing that, you know, running after my son all over the place. And I wasn't like overly tired, and then he needed to take a nap, and just, I knew he wasn't going to sleep in the tent. And so I, you know, popped him in my carrier, and did a nice little 2-mile walk, and he fell asleep. I'll insert a picture here so you guys can see. But that was, you know, that was something that was just easy. You know, he's 25 pounds, and I was, you know, really thinking to myself, like, gosh, this used to have almost, you know, double his weight on my body. Like, just the amount of stress, and like, I was tired, you know, after carrying him for 2 miles. Like, gosh, I used to do that every day. So that was a fun kind of NSV. And then I'm just super excited to be out of the 180s. You know, every time you hit a milestone and, you know, into the next category of weight is super exciting. I need to run my BMI. Here, I can probably do that right now, because I do believe I might be out of the morbidly obese category, and into just obese, which, you know, is still not what you want, but oh, I don't want a chart, I want a calculator. BMI calculator. Now, BMI is a hard one, because it does not take into account, you know, muscle mass, or, you know, anything else in your body except for, you know, weight and height. So it's not, you know, an end all be all, but it is, you know, just a good indicator. So yeah, so I am, I have a score of 30 now. So I'm in the just obese category. I think I calculated it. It wasn't until I got into like the 150s. Yeah, it's like 155, I think. Or 160 maybe. Yeah, like around the 160s is when I fall into that just overweight category. And, you know, I would love to be in, you know, sort of a normal range, which is obviously quite a bit lower than that, in the 140s. And that's kind of where my doctor said that they would like me to be, is in the 140s. So 140s, you know, 130s to 140s is kind of where I'd like to be ultimately. I don't know if that will happen in the year. The 140s, yes, I am going to get down to at least 141 within the first year. That was my goal ultimately, is to lose 100 pounds. So I'm definitely going to do that. And yeah, I think that was pretty much all there was this week, but I'm back on track, posting on time, or, you know, one day after my check-in. So I'm feeling good, and thank you so much to everyone who has been supporting me both on here and on Instagram. It's super motivating to have people, you know, cheering you along, and you know, I love answering your guys' questions. I'm no expert by any means, but going through it, you know, there's not a lot of like testimonies out there in terms of like, you know, weekly check-ins and stuff. And, you know, like I said, in the beginning I was doing research, and there's a few, and it's growing, which is so amazing. But yeah, you know, 2 years ago, I'm looking for, you know, inspiration and questions and things, and there just wasn't a whole lot, you know. And so I'm glad that more people are feeling comfortable talking about it and not being, you know, ashamed of it, because it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not the easy way out. It's not easy by any means. It still takes a lot of freaking hard work and dedication. It's a tool. It's a tool that helps us kind of get our lives back and get things back on track. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye now.